Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anything Blows. My name is Enrique, and today I'm proud to be joined by a very, very special guest, a former guest of the channel, OJ Rosé, victorious on Misfits 009 in the Vertu Motors Arena in Newcastle, England, United Kingdom, against Callum Izzard in a third round TKO. I believe, which I said from earlier on, the fight of the night and a fight that was going to blow the roof off of the Vertu Motors Arena, which it did, and a beautiful knockout, and it's what fans pay to see. OJ, how you doing, my brother?
Doing good, man. Back in the US of A, back in my hometown, ATL, Georgia. I'm relaxed and rested up. I'm back in the gym, too.
I love to hear it. So I want to take you back a little bit. Let's recap the week. When did you land in Newcastle, and talk us through fight week?
I actually landed in Manchester that Sunday. I was there for about 2 days. I had to get medical done, my blood's done, MRI, all that. And then about Tuesday or Wednesday, I got into Manchester for the fight week pictures, for the press and all that. And yeah, good experience so far.
Was that your first ever time in the United Kingdom?
Yes, first ever time in anywhere out of the country besides Nigeria.
Oh, wow, I love that. And another thing I wanted to add on to there, how does it feel? Did you feel like the away fight, or did you feel comfortable?
I was definitely the away fighter. I got booed for the first time ever. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what I did.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Well, you definitely proved them wrong. And as they say, actions speak louder than words. So I believe the press conference, was it the Wednesday or was it a Thursday of the week? Thursday. So talk a little bit about that press conference. And as Mams Taylor and Kelly Sowland said, it was probably the nicest ever and best ever Misfits press conference. No hectic stuff. Nothing went too crazy, apart from probably Gabriel Silva grabbing Ben Davis. Nothing too crazy.
Just a lot of words going back and forth, a lot of hostile energy in the air. Overall, though, it was pretty chill. Luckily, there was no prime thrown. There was no lead going back and forth,
And another thing I want to say, was that the first ever time you've met KSI in person?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you ever feel starstruck, or you have that fandom, or do you just see him as another guy?
I was keeping it cool, I wanted to get a picture with him, but he was in and out, He was in and out that arena quick. He didn't stay for nothing.
You mentioned that. A guy I met 2 days ago now, former coach of KSI's, Vidal Riley. Yeah, their mentality, they're locked in, their focus, are in and out, and it's just grateful to be in the presence of these people and just take in. You're not always going to get a picture, you're not always going to get an interview, but as long as a handshake, good old school way, just getting to meet them, that's more than enough. And now, talk a little bit about that press conference, and did you feel any nerves, or did you feel like were you ready for what was going to come your way, essentially?
Well, I knew he was going to talk. I knew he was a very talkative guy. I was not nervous about him, nervous about the crowd, bro. I'm not the best public speaker. I'll get there eventually, but sheesh, the lights, the cameras, the action was a little bit overwhelming. But I locked in. I got my words in.
And so talk a little bit about that face-to-face, and that is, as I would say, Mamba mentality. You did not flinch. Talk a little bit about that. Where does that come from? Does that come from the Nigerian background? Does that come from being raised in Atlanta? Where's that come from that you didn't flinch? And yeah.
Well, that's my personality in general. I'm very calm, collected, very composed all the time. I wasn't going for none of that bullshit, Looking him in the eye, he was like looking around, wasn't making eye contact. Did that flinch thing, the bucked at me, didn't really phase me. No, I just stared back at him, and he was scared from me on. He was a shook member, as they say.
And you know what? If something was to happen, are you the type of person that you're going to allow them to push you, or are you going to push them, or you're not a physical person before the fight?
We're not fighting for free, But if he did push me or hit me, I would definitely retaliate. That's all I'm saying.
I love to hear it. So another thing I want to add on to there, did you, again, with so many other fighters, I say, when it comes to the higher end of the boxing scene, you always base your fight camp on your opponent. We did speak earlier, but did you base your fight camp on him? And then how do you, as I say with the pressure out, how do you take in the normality to be calm, focus on yourself, tunnel vision, fights on Saturday, don't focus and don't get provocated or provoked from what he does?
Yes, I did focus on him in the camp. His first fight was at 190 pounds, in line with 165. So I had to get heavy sparring, experienced sparring. because he was going to be hitting me with hard shots, which he did in the fight, you know. And to stay locked in, man, you know, I pray. I just focus on my stuff. I go in my room and I just lock in, man. I didn't really go too much sightseeing, honestly. I was there for a week, but I stayed in my room most of the time, focused on my fight, my job at hand, my business, my duty, you know.
And which face-off would you say was more intense, suppressors or the weigh-ins?
The weigh-ins. The presser, he was, you know, doing that buck shit, which didn't really faze me, but the weigh-ins was talking that smack.
And just before I go on to the actual fight, how come we didn't get the track and field race after?
he didn't want it. He didn't want that.
Okay. So now we go on to Saturday night. So first of all, just before I go on to Saturday night, was the weigh-in okay for you? Were you able to make 100? Was it 165 pounds, right, or was it 170?
It was at 170. I weighed in at 167.
167. And is that light heavyweight or is that super middleweight?
The fight was at a catch weight for light heavyweight at 170.
At 170. And does this count as 2-0 on your record, or do you count the tag team fight? So does it make you 3-0 or 2-0?
Overall 3-0, but I don't count the tag team. This is my one-on-one fight, you know. 2-0, 2.
Love to hear it. And did you get any souvenirs from Newcastle apart from the knockout to remember the night?
I actually forgot to get. Let me see if I have it right here. This is my one from 06. I forgot to get mine from 09. I'm so upset, man. It escaped my mind.
Unfortunate, but next time you'll get something. And the next time you're in the UK, to remember the UK fans, whether it be London, Birmingham, Newcastle, Manchester, you got to get a soccer jersey, because you see the ATL NBA jersey, but you got to get a soccer jersey.
I got you. Will do.
Again, let's go now on to Saturday night, the calm before the storm. Are you talk us through fight night? Are you someone that does what Jake Paul does and many other fighters who enter the arena 6, 7, 8 hours prior, take it in the calm before the storm, or are you just locked in your change room and just come out for the fight?
I was there about 2 hours early. In my change room, I was having music playing in my chair, just, you know, tuned in, focusing on what I was about to do. The job at hand had to be done before anything else.
I love to hear it. Just for the fans that don't know, what was your ring walk on the night and why did you choose that song?
It was The Most High by Tory Lanez. Now, I want to let people know that I honor God. You know, first fight, I played How Great Is Our God. So I'm going to keep the theme going.
Love to hear it, champ. So now, talk about that fight. And you mentioned earlier, the UK fans booed you. Do you let emotions get to you in that matter? Are you laser focused on your opponent? How are you feeling walking to the ring?
I was focused, but I can't lie, it flustered me. I wasn't expecting it. I thought that I had UK fans too from Twitter, but apparently not. I got booed. I was like, whoa. I didn't know what to expect, but the job still got done.
So we go into the first round. There's so much animosity. You're the underdog. Again, the second time you're being the underdog. And I remember the first time, I believe the commentator said you're a 25-1 underdog. So whoever put $100 on you that first time made them a little richer. So talk a little bit about being the underdog and being able to shock not only the UK fans, but the world once again.
It was good, man. I told you in the trailer and before the fight, I have to make a statement, I have to earn people's respect, and I did just that. You know, people thought he would win. People thought he would smoke me. Look what happened. Third round TKO, third round knockout, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they asked you in the post-fight there, was that your plan to tire him up because he was a big musty guy? And your defense, oh my God, one of the best in the influencer boxing scene, reminds you of a real fight, which you are, because so many people want to go influencer boxer, boxer. No, you guys are fighting. There's no headgear and you're knocking each other out or going to knock each other out. So talk a little bit about your defense, your tight guard, your game plan, and the final knockout in the third round.
I had to have a tight guard. He's a strong guy. 190 pounds to 170, he's still gonna have that strength. So my hand even dropped for a little bit, like you saw sometimes. He would hit me and hit me hard. But luckily I got my wits about me, kept him up here, bob and weave the head movement, and the rest is there. The plan was to gas him out. You know, we worked the body a lot. You saw it for yourself. Then bodies had added up over the fight. In my round 3, he couldn't even keep his hands up above his waist. So it worked in my favor. And
did you feel the power from him at any times? Was he a heavy hitter? Did he rock you or not at all?
He's a very heavy hitter. He's harder than Kimbo, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. And another thing I want to say there, talk about the experience. Which fight week experience was better? Was it the New Orleans one or was it the Newcastle one?
It's a hard choice. A hard choice. New Orleans was more, WWE, more action packed because there was Chase the Moore there. There was, I think, Waleed was there, just doing all that rambunctious stuff. But here was more professional, more locked into the fight, like more fight focus. I liked it.
And one thing I want to say to you there, Ben Davis labeled you it, and I will forever label you it, the legend killer OJ Rosé, something I saw on your story a few hours ago. Would you ever entertain a fight with Gabriel Silva, and could that be the next Misfits card in Brazil?
Could be a great fight. There's a rumored Brazil card next year, 2020. Can you hear that, Train?
No, I'm good.
Okay. There's a rumored card next year, 2024. If he wants it, he can get it.
Main event, God willing. And you put on your notes on Instagram, Prime Prelims. Do you reckon you could be on that, or is that too quick a turnaround?
That's why I'm back in the gym, because you never know. Someone could pull out, someone could get hurt or not make weight. If they need me, just give me the call. I'll be there.
And I wouldn't even call it too big a step up, because if you've defeated Kimbo Slice, and nothing is too big a step up for you, and you keep on proving us wrong or keep on playing out the underdog story. Mike Perry is the backup for Logan. Could you take on Mike Perry?
We'll see, man. I got to talk to my coach about that one.
Another thing I wanted to ask you there, you also put with the fellow Niger boy, Ashley Raksu. Could we get a tag team?
That's my dream tag team right there. Me and Raksu versus anybody who would not lose. Who would not lose.
I love to hear it. Another thing I wanted to ask you, again, going slightly back a little bit, do you ever feel the nerves or pressure or anxiety or adrenaline dump fight week and on fight night, or do you take everything else as training in the gym?
The most nerves I'll ever have during fight week is at the press conference, honestly. I'm not the best public speaker, like I said before, but everything else I'm pretty calm with. Like you saw for yourself in the face-off, didn't faze me. You saw in the fight night, got the job done. It's the easy stuff for me.
And in an ideal world, if you could call anyone out, or if you could pick and choose your next fight and next fight location, who would it be and when?
Canada in the UK on December 24th. That's my ideal fight, but I don't think they'll give that to me.
And do you think that's a London card?
I know it's going to be in the UK. I don't know if it's London. I don't know where it'll be, but it'll be in the UK.
Oh, love it. And are you enjoying coming back to London? And like you said, you said you're going to still Callum Izzard's fan. So do you feel like you're the new UK favourite? You knew not only UK favourite, but the American that we're starting to love, like Kobe Bryant, like 50 Cent, like Jay-Z, adding to a list of famous Americans that the UK's adore and love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I get DMs every day from people in the UK. See my followers going up every day. It's a blessing, man. I'm here for a long time and a good time.
I love to hear it. On the Prime card, if I didn't ask you last time, so I know we went through the main event, we went the other main event, the double main event, we went through King Kenny. Ever since then, I don't know if I asked you, but did I ask you about Dean and Waleed, the rematch?
You didn't ask me.
Okay, so what do you think for Dean and Waleed, the rematch?
I'll tell you what I want. I want Waleed to win. That way we can get a trilogy, fight in America, and they'll be on the co-main event.
I love to hear it.
Slim and Salt Poppy?
Slim and Salt Poppy, did you see them fight week? And who do you think wins that?
I actually saw Slim in the Fighter Hotel in the gym. We ran next to each other. I don't know if you knew who I was, though. I saw Adam Salah there as well. They were all in the gym training. But yeah, I didn't see Salt Poppy, though.
You didn't see Salt Poppy. Oh, you didn't see Salt Poppy? Okay. And so you have Slim winning that fight?
I have Salt Poppy winning that fight.
Oh, Salt Poppy. And again, the thing you put on last time, and I believe you'll gain not only the UK fans, not only the Nigerian, but worldwide fans. And how important is it again for you to show the world who OJ Rosé is, to not only Atlanta, to America, to the UK, but Nigeria and the world?
I need the country behind me, and I need my support, man. I come from a Nigerian household, Nigerian heritage. I want to give the world my experiences, you know?
And if it ever came to the day, if you were to be put against KSI, Kenny, Deji, a fellow Nigerian, would you ever entertain that fight, or is it respect between your brothers and you could never fight them?
I love to fight Deji, man. That'd be a great fight.
Ooh, love it. Another question, I don't know if I asked you last time, but are you a huge soccer fan? And would you ever want to sell out a soccer arena or a football stadium in the future?
I would love to sell out a football stadium, football arena. I want to be in the Sidemen charity match next year. But
Ooh,
I like the World Cup mainly. I don't watch the Premier League, anything like that.
I love to hear it. Okay, so on the prime card, which we didn't pick up, you've got Wasabi and Lamau versus Los Pinedas Colados.
I got Pineda Coladas.
Love it. And B Dave, another fellow American who has the mentality like yourself, anyone, any place, anywhere. Whindersson Nunes versus my mate Nate. And do you rate Whindersson Nunes, or did Kenny make him look average?
Kenny made him look average because Kenny is like 6'2" with a reach of 10,000. Whindersson is a short guy. So I think with a different weight class for Whindersson, smaller guy, it'll be more fair match. I rate Whindersson.
And as of now, I forgot her name, but Astrid Ware is fighting someone. Do you have
Alexia Grace.
Alexia Grace? Who do you have winning that?
Astrid Ware all day. Come on, man.
I love to hear it. And penultimate question before I let you go, my brother, is when will we see you headline in Nigeria?
Whenever KSI and Deji and Kenny agree to it too, because they got to be there too. We're all Nigerian, you know.
As I said to you last time, when the UFC had 3 African champions, Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, and Francis Ngannou, they never showcased a fight in Africa. I say to myself, and as a fan of the sport, you do not need a world title to put something that mega back home. You guys are stars. Those guys for mixed martial arts in the UFC, you guys for boxing and influencer boxing. So OJ Rosé, King Kenny, Deji, KSI, all Nigerians, and we're going to take it back home one day. Last question before I let you go, my brother, is what is your message to not only your American fans, not only your Nigerian fans, not only your British fans, but your worldwide fans, and what is your message to everyone that has supported you this last fight camp, and what can they expect to see when you're next out?
I want to thank my fans to the utmost possible respect because y'all got me here. It wasn't on me. I want to let y'all know that I'm here for a good time and a long time. I'm going to keep getting these fights, keep getting these knockouts for y'all, put on a good show. Anything is possible through Christ, so I'm going to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, the legend killer himself, OJ Rosé.
Sir.